Welcome to National Geographic Explore VR. Hi, I'm Natalie, your National Geographic editor. Today, you're headed out on an expedition and we'd like you to send us photographs of your journey. But first, let me show you how to move around. Look at your left hand to see the controls. Push the left joystick with your thumb, then aim your controller at where you want to go. When you're ready, release the joystick. Take your time to explore the base and move to the marker when you're ready. Great! As a National Geographic explorer, your photos have the potential to make people curious about the world we share. So let's take your first National Geographic photo. To start, look down and pick up the camera using the highlighted button. Take a peek through the viewfinder. Awesome! You can zoom in or out by take a look through the viewfinder on the camera. Awesome! You can zoom in or out by rotating the lens. Perfect! Now, to take a picture, simply press the trigger. To snap a picture, press the right-hand trigger with your index finger. Great picture! I'm glad we have a professional on board. That's all you need to know about the camera. We're almost done. Let's go over the controls one more time in the options menu. Open it by pressing in the options menu. Look at your hands to see the controls. When you're ready, point and click on the resume button. Pick a location and hit the explore button. You can select different destinations and see their location on the globe. Bon voyage! Welcome to Machu Picchu, Peru. Feel free to look around. When you're ready, head to the yellow marker to learn more about what you can do here. Meet our local expert, Jose. Can you give us an introduction?
Hola, nice to meet you. Bienvenido a Machu Picchu, an Inca royal estate built around the year 1450 and abandoned mysteriously about 80 years later.
Machu Picchu's existence was largely unknown until Yale University professor Hiram Bingham took an expedition through Peru and rediscovered it in 1911. He took a lot of photos. Some of them were published in National Geographic magazine. Today, we'll also be taking photos for the magazine, including a very special cover shot.
I pulled some strings so you can stick around after dark for a one-of-a-kind cover shot.
Go ahead and explore the site. I've tagged the areas we could photograph for the magazine. Good luck!
See, good luck and have fun.
Here you can start a photo assignment. To start this photo session, look at the palm of your left hand. See the interface? Here you can start a photo assignment. To start this photo session, look at the palm of your left hand. We'll use this area as a backdrop for an article about arriving at Machu Picchu through the ages. Great! Let's get started. Jose?
During the 15th century, the Inca reached this place via what we call the Inca Trail.
Let's start with a photo of Machu Picchu Mountain. I uploaded a sketch you can use as a reference. I see you found Huayna Picchu Mountain. Machu Picchu Mountain is on the opposite side. Epic shot! See how the wild jungle is creeping up on the terraces?
It's too bad we can't really see the trail.
We can fix that. Our digital team prepared an overlay to highlight the trail. Trace the trail to show us where it goes, and it will appear. And there's our trail. Cool, huh? Let's get that trail on film. You'll need 2 different shots to get the whole thing. That's great. Now if you can get the other half of the trail. And that's the second shot. Perfect. Now we can stitch them together to show the whole trail. The trail ends next to that ruin I just sent you a sketch of. Can you get a photo like in my drawing?
That's a cayanca, a place people could gather. This was as far into the estate as most travelers were allowed to come.
Maybe a panorama would work well here. Great shot!
The pilgrims likely brought offerings, like the river rocks you can still see in the grass, creating a stack sometimes called an apacheta, around that big ceremonial rock.
Our digital team made a reconstruction of the pile of stones that used to be here. We just need our photographer to point out where it goes.
Ah, buena. The river stones might have represented fertility, because rivers watered the crops.
Interesting. And wow, that's a lot of rocks. Let's get some pics of this apacheta, and also of the ceremonial rock. In the interface, there's a list of shots we'd love to get. Ooh, this is going to look cool in the mag. Nailed it. Really great. I love how you framed that shot. This is as far as most people could go, you said, Jose?
Claro, only the elite and their servants could enter the estate.
I guess this view wasn't a bad consolation prize.
See, true. But now anyone can enter via those stairs next to the house.
Let's get a picture of those too. The modern entrance. They're marked in the interface. Great shot! Could you do me a favor? The photo I took of the vista when I was there has a few people in the way. Could you get the same photo without the people? Thanks. You're awesome. Wow, we've wrapped up this story already. Great photos. Ready to move on to something else?
This is one of Machu Picchu's many gated communities. We think these compounds, which are all over Machu Picchu, are where the elite families lived.
This is the perfect location to take photos for the Inca Homes article, which talks about Inca houses from the inside and outside. In this photo session, you'll travel back in time with the help of a digital reconstruction to see how the Inca used to live. To start this photo session, look at the palm of your left hand. Let's take a peek inside daily Inca life. We think the building you're standing next to was the house of one of Machu Picchu's upper-class families. Let's get a shot of the exterior first. I uploaded a Bingham photo to your interface. Can you match it?
When Bingham found this house, someone was using it. They had a makeshift roof.
Yeah, good one. All right, let's head inside.
Hey, Natalie, do you remember the sketch I sent you?
Oh, I almost forgot. Sorry, uploading it now. Can we get a shot like this, too?
I love this view. Might be nice for the article.
Definitely. Good idea, Jose. Nice one. Ready to travel back to the 15th century with a digital reconstruction? Please outline where it goes. Thanks again, Jose, for helping the graphics team with the historical details.
No hay problema.
Wow, look at that! Amazing!
See, they did a spectacular job. It feels like the family could just walk in.
Shall we start with the kitchen? Let's move the items around to get an image like the sketch I just sent over. We want the pot on the stove with the food in front, but feel free to give it your own spin.
They'd use this cooking pot to make things like quinoa porridge, a staple of the Inca diet. Maíz, potatoes, and quinoa. That's what I grew up eating. Everybody ate maíz, not just the elite. We also found traces of it in the remains of the regular people buried around the site.
If you're happy with the way it looks, you can take the shot. Great work! There are some awesome textiles in here. Let's get a photo or two, whichever you like. I've read that, to the Inca, some textiles were more valuable than gold. I guess those were only for the royal family.
Claro. Some believed the king would only wear his clothing for one day. Then it would be burned.
And I thought I burned through clothing quickly. Excellent shot! I see some skulls. They were an important part of daily life, right, Jose?
Absolutamente. When I was growing up, it was still normal to have a grandparent or great-grandparent skull in the living room.
So Inca culture lives on. Let's get a shot of those skulls in the niche.
We were told these family skulls were watching over our house. I was always on my best behavior when one was watching me.
Yeah, I would be too. Good shot! Let's also get the offerings left below the ancestor skulls. We go into offerings more. Great! Thanks! Okay, the Inca Homes article also talks about how the Inca might have slept, so we definitely want a photo of the sleeping area, if you can get that.
The Inca made good use of their space, with the same room having many different functions.
Great photo! Want to take any more photos in here? Head outside when you're done. Let's get one last shot from the outside with the reconstruction. Remember that Bingham photo from earlier? I sent it again, if you can copy that angle.
So the article will show this home in the 1400s, 1911, and today, side by side?
Yep.
Buenasa. That will be cool to see.
Fantastic! That's a good one. That wraps up the section on Inca interiors. Your photos will give our readers a good look at Inca life at home. Ready for the next part? For this part of the article, we'll use the buildings in this compound to explore. All right, let's talk Inca architecture. Your photos will help us show things like, how the Inca used natural elements in their constructions.
Ah, yes, like the large rock that was probably used as a private offering stone.
Exactly. I've uploaded a sketch of the rock we're talking about to the interface. Up to you how you want to frame and shoot it.
The Inca believed the landscape was animated by spirits, so they worked natural features like stones into their buildings.
Good choice. That's going to look great in the magazine. Okay, let's turn to the buildings.
One thing to look for are the different styles of, ¿cómo se dice, stone building. Some is quite rough, and the others really fine.
Let's start with the rougher stonework. That's less smooth and finished. Can we take a photo of a good example?
Most of this rougher, stonework was made using field stones held...
Yeah, that's it. Thanks.
Since Bingham's time, archaeologists have restored some of the buildings, using the original building methods.
Let's get an image of the finer stonework, too.
Look at the walls surrounding this compound. The stones are cut to fit together almost perfectly.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, right? There are a few examples around here. Let's get a photo of at least one. This building only has rough stonework. Please find a building that also has fine stonework in it. Good shot!
Can you believe all of this was carved using only simple tools? No mortar, so the stones could move without cracking in earthquakes.
Those Inca stonemasons really knew what they were doing. Now that we've got some good photos of the stonework, let's look at the roofs.
We don't see too many of those here today.
Nope, but our digital team did a reconstruction. Let's head over and outline where it should go. First, the wooden support beams. Let's get a close-up of these wooden beams.
The Inca would fit them into recesses in the wall.
Great detail. Let's add the next layer. Can you trace where it should go?
The roofs here in Machu Picchu are usually quite steep, so the water from the frequent mountain rains can run off.
We're lucky we have such good weather today. It wasn't like this last time we were here. The article will also explain how the roof was secured to the stone pegs on the outer wall. Let's get a shot of that, like the sketch I sent.
The stone pegs are muy importante. The winds are very strong in the Andes.
Yeah, that's it. Thanks. Okay, last step. Let's add the roof. Can you do one more trace to show where it needs to go?
Buildings in Machu Picchu likely had grass-thatched roofs, which is why those roofs are gone now.
There it is! All right, let's get a photo. I've also got a photo from Bingham's time we'll add to this article. Awesome! Just what we need.
The building still looks pretty good, if you ask me, after 500 years of earthquakes.
That's all we need for the section on Inca architecture. We've got some great photos showing the amazing craftsmanship of the Inca stonemasons. Ready to move on?
Welcome to the Sacred Plaza. We think this was the spiritual heart of Machu Picchu.
The perfect spot to get photos for our Ancestor worship article, then. For this section of the Ancestor worship article, we'll have... Okay, let's get started. Before we get to the mummies, we can take a look at the principal temple itself. I was thinking a side-by-side comparison of how it looks today and when Bingham found it in 1911. Check your interface for his photo. Yeah, really great! This comparison shot might be the centerpiece of this article. Look at the stonework. Some of the finest in Machu Picchu, right, Jose?
Claro, they spent a lot of time on this building, so we know it was important.
I found an old sketch of a stone in one of these walls with a lot of precisely cut angles. I'd love to show it, if we can find it and snap a photo. Yep, 100%. I think we're ready to meet the mummies. The graphics team sent a digital reconstruction of how we think a mummy ceremony looked in the 15th century. Can you outline where it should go? Okay, let's see what the team prepared.
Ah, so realistic.
Right? This mummy looks like he was important.
Claro, this is a royal mummy. The Inca had a lot of respect for their royal mummies. They would even ask them for advice or to make decisions.
I sent over a list of a few things here it'd be great to get photos of. Start wherever you like.
For the Inca, the mummies were still alive in a way. They would even ask them for advice or to make decisions, and would make offerings to them in exchange.
Regal, even in death. Look at the craftsmanship on those bracelets.
Bracelets fit for a king. This is what he would have worn when he was alive, too.
Some cool offerings I saw the graphics team working on are missing. If I send over wireframes of what they look like, think we can find them and put them with the others? Ah, there's the ceremonial knife. I think it's called a tumi?
See, that's the Quechuan word for any sharp tool.
A miniature llama! How cute!
Llamas were really important to the Inca. Wheels didn't work well in the Rocky Andes, but llamas did.
All photo ready now. Maybe we could switch it up with a low-angle close-up? Awesome! I love it! I found a photo Bingham took of a Peruvian man standing in the same spot as our mummy. Can you match it?
Incredible! More than 100 years since that man stood here, and the building looks just the same.
We've also got a reconstruction of a blanket of offerings to place in front of our mummy. Can you outline where it should go?
Buenazo! The usual Inca offerings were food, beer, textiles, and jewelry. During the ceremony, the Inca often poured sacred corn beer into that golden bowl for the mummy.
Oh, right! I have an illustration of that. I'll share it. Let's get another picture of the mummy with the offering blanket in front. Like in the illustration, maybe? Great work! Let's take one last photo of everything together.
Can I suggest something? On the hill behind the principal temple, there is another temple we think was used to track the sun. The Inca believed royalty were direct descendants of the sun.
Good one, Jose. Let's get a photo of the two together. I'll send you a sketch. Nice! All the elements of Inca ancestor worship in one photo. A great final shot. Let's move on to something else. Have you ever heard of huakies? This section of the article is all about these special statues. Ready to begin? We'll use the building you're standing in now to get some photos of huaki reconstructions.
Ah, see, the brothers. That's what huaquies means. They were often statues representing specific Inca people, real or mythical, living or dead.
Cool. We've got a few digital reconstructions of these, brothers. Where should we put the first? One of the niches? Wow, look at that detail. Let's take a photo of the huaki framed by the niche around it. Cool photo. And it might be interesting to also try double framing the huaki. I sketched out an idea. What do you think? That's really cool, too. It's gonna be hard to choose.
We think golden huaquis represented the Sapa, the kings, or even the sun god Inti himself. And that priests would speak to the king or to Inti through the statue.
Great info for the article. Let's get a shot of the huaki with the sun above it. Stand close to the huaki and point your camera toward the sky to get the right angle for this shot. Stand close to the huaki and point your camera toward the sky to get the right angle for this shot. Stand close to the huaki and point your camera toward the sky to get the right angle for this shot. loving the symbolism. Jose, any more golden ideas?
Maybe a similar shot in silver? Silver was linked to the moon goddess Mama Quilla.
Interesting, but hard to do without the moon.
Right. Oh, there's a temple of the moon on Mount Huayna Picchu. We can't see it from here, but...
Yeah, that's a nice tie-in. Let's get a shot with the mountain. But first, we'll need a silver huaki. Shall we try it in that niche over there? Yeah, that one. Although, the huaki looks great, but it's not really lining up with Huayna Picchu. Let's try another niche right under the mountain. Yeah, that could work. Yep, that works nicely indeed. Let's put the two statues in the same niche for a close-up. If you get the blue sky in the back, it would really make the metals shine. I just sent you a sketch. Like that?
The Inca also used to move the huakies around. It was much more practical to carry these between festivals and battlefields than fragile mummies.
Okay, that should do it. Go ahead and take the shot. Wow, look at those colors. That'll really pop off the page.
The king and queen together. In a ceremonial procession, these two statues might have been followed by a parade of their ancestors going back in time.
Oh, Jose just gave me an idea. Our digital team also made a bronze huaki. Why don't we put 3 of those in the empty niches for our final shot? Can you set them up? Great! Now you can move the original huakies to the 2 empty niches left over. Yep, perfect.
Yeah, that looks great.
All ready for the final huaki photo. Try not to get too much sky or floor in the shot. Maybe a panorama? Yeah, just like that. Great photo. Awesome. That wraps up our huaki photo session. These shots are real eye-catchers. Nice traveling back the Inca Ancestor timeline with you. Ready to talk beer? In this section, we'll dive into how beer played a role in Inca religion and ancestor worship. Okay, let's talk beer. We'll do this photo shoot at the Temple of the Three Windows.
This isn't the same kind of beer we sampled in Cusco, though, Natalie. This is a sacred corn beer called chicha.
Ah, yeah, chicha. That's right. Well, we've got a digital recreation of a chicha offering. One of the most common types of offerings the Inca made to their ancestors, I've been told. Where should we place it?
The chicha was made from the corn they grew on the terraces around here. They chew up the corn and spit it out into a big jar, and then let it turn into alcohol.
Interesting. I've read about similar fermentation processes in Japan and Brazil. We definitely need to get some shots of the digital chicha jug and the pretty purple South American corn. Go ahead and pick your angles. Just make sure to feature the Temple of the Three Windows and/or the chicha artifacts.
Those big jars, by the way, are called aribayos, or urpus in Quechua.
Quechua is such a cool-sounding language. We heard some people speaking it in town when I was there, remember?
Ah, see, many local people still speak it today.
Wow, we've got some gorgeous images to choose from here. So, Jose, why did you suggest the Temple of the Three Windows for these chicha photos?
Well, Bingham's team found more than 50 broken beer cups on the terrace here. Some people think the Inca might have thrown them out the windows as part of a ceremony.
Let's get a photo of the windows. Maybe we can also get an updated take on the Bingham photo I just sent over. Can you match it? Yep, just like that. Thanks. Cool. Time for a photo of the whole plaza?
Good idea.
Let's recreate this Bingham panorama of all the important temples here. If we can get 3 different landscape shots, we can stitch them together. So chicha was consumed by the living and given to the mummies?
Exactamente. It was probably also given as offerings to the sun god Inti and Pachamama, who you call Mother Earth.
Sweet! You nailed it! We also have a reconstruction of some flowing chicha that could go on the altar-shaped rock in the plaza. Can you find it and show us where to place the digitals?
The Inca believed ancestral spirits would receive the chicha if they poured it into the ground, or on sacred offering rocks, like this one.
Let's get a close-up of the beer seeping into the rock and ground, with the Temple of the Three Windows in the background. I sent a sketch of what I mean.
We're almost done with this section, Nat? Days can pass by quickly in Machu Picchu, ya sabes.
Yeah, you're right, Jose. We gotta keep track of the time. I think this is the last shot we need for this section. And our photographer nailed it! 100%! That was the last shot for this photo shoot. I know we're all bummed to leave the beer behind, but there are so many more interesting things to see here. Where to next? Congrats! That's a wrap on the article shots. Only one shot missing now. The most important one. We need a good cover shot.
Ah, see. Machu Picchu after dark. Few people get to see this.
Super exciting, right? Let's take a break and meet back at the Vista Point after sunset.
We're back where we met. Normalmente, the site is off limits at night, so this is very special.
Thank you so much for making this happen, Jose. Machu Picchu by moonlight is exactly what we need for the cover. Ready to take the final shots for our special... I see you've already got your camera on night settings. Great. A low-angle shot of the moon shining on one of the landmarks here could be gorgeous. Ceremonial Rock, Machu Picchu, the building here. Take your pick. Wow. Wish I could see this in person.
See, Mamaquilla looks very beautiful tonight.
If you stand with your back to the moon, you should be able to see the Milky Way in amazing detail. No city lights to blot it out like here in DC.
The stars you can see there are different than the ones we see down here anyway.
True. When the digital team talked to you, you mentioned dark constellations? They made an overlay of them. We just need to trace where it should go.
See, they are the animal shapes the Inca saw in the darkness between the stars.
Wow. I never thought of looking at the night sky that way. We definitely need to take a photo of this. Try to get Machu Picchu Mountain in the shot as well. Jose, when you look up at the night sky, do you normally see these dark constellations?
See, my grandmother showed them to me when I was young. My favorite is Jacana, a mother llama and her baby. When you see her in the sky, you know it's almost rainy season.
Oh, that's handy. Well, it's time to set up the grand finale shot. A digital reconstruction of Machu Picchu at night in the 15th century. Please head over to the Vista to set it up. This reconstruction is the largest the graphics team's ever done, so we're gonna need you to outline a much bigger space this time.
There are more than 150 buildings down there. We saw houses and temples, but there are also baths, storehouses, and astronomical observatories. Wow, they saved their most spectacular work for last. Welcome to the 15th century.
Magical, like the Inca never left. We still don't know why they did leave, do we?
Not really, no. Maybe it was after the Spanish kidnapped the Inca king. All we know is the Spanish never found this place. It was unknown to most of the world until Bingham came.
It sure looks inhabited in this reconstruction. Perfect for the cover. I sent over the layout. If you can get a good shot to fit it, of as much of the estate as possible. Legendary. A truly special final shot. Thank you both so much for all the amazing work you've done today.
Thanks for bringing us together, Natalie. And to your team for the digital trips back in time. When this edition comes out, I'm going to buy all the magazines in the store and share it with everyone.
You're so sweet, Jose. Well, we should say our goodbyes. Unless you want to explore a bit more, take your time. The team can take you back whenever you're done. Great work out there. Amazing work shooting those pictures at Machu Picchu. With your photos, the article truly shines a new light on this iconic site. Take a look at the photos you took over at the photo desk. You can drag your favorite photos to the frames on the wall. Give it a try. That looks great! You can also share your best shots to Facebook. Why not venture out again and try some of our optional photo assignments? You can learn about them when you select an activity. Don't forget, you can voice chat with a friend while you're exploring. Simply start a party from the Oculus menu. Don't forget, you can voice chat with a friend while